Do you
Yes.
remember?
Yeah. Why not?
When
Okay.
I was so little and I was in
You
bachelor's.
was, yeah.
Yes, and actually, this is my blessing. This is my gratitude to have you, and we have a very good relationship. So I would like to thanks for your time to be here with us, Economics Department of Faculty Economics and Business, Universitas Brawijaya. So, Prof, now we have the audiences from economics department bachelor student who have a very highly motivation to learn migration of labor, challenge and prospect. So, as we know, ladies and gentlemen, also the students, the migrant workers contribute to growth and development in their countries and also between Indonesia also and also the India. It's of course. And well, all the countries of the migrant workers of or we can call it as origin countries greatly benefit from their remittances and also the skills acquired during their migration experience. And also yet the migration process implies complex challenge in terms of governance, migrant workers protection, and also migration and development linkage and international cooperation. So this time for hearing Professor Ayakpam Ibem Kakchanu MCOM PhD to bring us a brighter experience and also knowledge about the migration of labor. So the time and screen is yours.
Thank, thank you, Dr. Sylvia Sana. Thank you so much. And uh, first of all, I would like to present my greetings from India to all the members of University of Brawijaya. And though it is on online mode, so we are meeting you all after about 12 years. So it was in November when I went to University of Brawijaya for attending a conference, and that was a historic moment for me because I was conferred the best paper award at that point of time, and Dr. Shilvi was so young. I was also very young. So I was in Assam University at that point of time. So right now I'm in Bodoland University, is one of the promising universities in northeastern region of India. So I had shifted to Bodoland University in 2021, and right now I'm in the Department of Commerce as a head and the Dean of the Faculties of Commerce and Management. So thank you very much, Dr. Sylvie, for inviting me and for considering me to contribute for the development of University of Brawijaya. It's an immense pleasure for me to contribute something for the development of our world and for the students of Brawijaya as well as for the development of students of the entire ASEAN countries. So with this, again, I would like to thank not only you, but also the members of the department for giving me a chance to speak on a very, very important topic, that is the labor migration challenges and prospects. Okay. So it's not only a challenging topic, but also a promising topic, I will say. And from here, we can learn many more things. And from here, we can develop many more models, many more theories. And in that way, we can add it to the existing theories. The topic itself is very much multidisciplinary in nature. This is not only from the domain of economics, but also it is related to sociology, it is related to political science, it is related to so many, what to say, disciplines. So it is a purely multidisciplinary topic in nature. So thank you for picking up such a very, very beautiful, I will say, and a very, very challenging topic, but time is very limited, and so during this 90 minutes, sorry, 60 minutes, so I have to cover a few important areas. And for more details, the students of Brawizawa and the Department of Economics so may get the what to say details, means in the form of word file from Dr. Sylvie. And for today's presentation and for today's discussion, I'm making in a very, very simple manner, so that we can discuss more. Okay, from interaction, we learn more. From interaction, we can get more. So my objective of making this presentation in a very, very simple way is to have a brainstorming session by giving in a very simple way. So as we all know that what is the labor migration, okay, and the migration is not a new concept, as we all know that, since the civilization, means the human civilization, migration has been taking place one place to another place. But the what to say, new form of migration which has been taken place for economic activity, or for getting personal gain, or for the contribution of the what to say, the economy of any country, okay, though it is not new, but we can consider that it is a new phenomenon, okay. So this phenomenon can be divided into two parts, that is the pre-COVID and the post-COVID, okay. So in that case, if we want to know what the labor migration is, that so it is what to say, moving of labor, it may be a labor or a group of labor, maybe in forced way, or obliged to flee from one place to another, or to leave their homes, to leave their what to say, habitual residence, or to leave their own country for their livelihood, or to work for better livelihood, or to search a better job, so that they can have a better what to say, those better livelihood, okay. Or what can we say, that from the process point of view, the first one is related to activity, and second one is that we can define from the process point of view, because it involves the movement of labor from one place to place, and it is an ongoing process, and it will continue, okay. So we can say that it is a continuous process. So next slide, please. If someone is sharing the slide, okay. uh, yeah. So now when we see about the types of labor, now I'm just focusing on the migrant labor, okay. So here migration, the migrant labor, here we can divide into two, okay. So first is the in migration, and the another one is the out migration. It is happening in all over the world. It is happening in Indonesia, it is happening in India, it is happening in Vietnam, or it is happening in all the countries of the world. So one is the in migration. So what does it mean? So in migration is all about the movement of laborers across territorial boundaries, just like the what to say, from Indonesia to India, and from India to Indonesia. This is across the territorial boundaries. We also call as the interstate, okay, or in some areas we call it intercountry, okay. The second one is the out migration. So out migration is a movement within an administrative boundary, okay. So like that, we can divide this internal labor migration and the international labor migration. When we speak about the internal labor migration, say it may be interstate or interstate, intrastate migration. So here the state is what we can say here is that suppose in China or in Thailand or in Indonesia, it is considered as province. But in our country, like India, we call it state. It's the boundary. Okay, just like the province in Thailand or province in Indonesia. Okay, like that. So there is a migration from one state to what to say, another state. Okay, like for example, what I to say we in India we have around 29 states. Okay, so I am in Assam. So you see, Andhra Pradesh is another state. So two from another state means in Assam to Andhra Pradesh or in Assam to Maharashtra, so the level can move. Another one is that intrastate. Okay, so again in inside the state, so we call it the province, as I have already mentioned here. So Assam is the province, right? So we call it state. So in Assam again we have more than 28 districts, right? So within the district, so the levels can move. So in that way we can say that is internal labor migration means within the country. Then we have the international migration, as we all know that is the exit. This is the immigration, and the entry, the emigration. Okay, the number one is the immigration, another one is the immigration, and it's a very common phenomenon. You see, the most what to say, demanded destination of the ASEAN countries is the West, right? It may be Indonesian, it may be Indian, it may be Pakistani, or it may be Afghanistani, or it may be Bangladeshi. You see, and most of the people, most of the labor, I will say, the most of the migrant laborers, maybe highly paid job. They used to go to the West. Everyone has a dream to move there to the West. Okay. So it is related to the international migration. So in the literature, what we find is that there are some types of migration. So for the students, I would like to mention here that is a rural to rural migration. Okay, then rural urban migration, then urban rural migration, then urban to urban migration, right? Okay, so Malang is a Malang is an urban area. So inside Malang also, then there may be migration. So from Malang to Jakarta, Jakarta is also urban, like that. Then urban to rural. Who knows, there may be so many villages, so many rural areas in Indonesia. So Malang is an urban area. So from rural area to Malang, someone may come. Then in and out migration, then sequences migration, then at the same time seasonal migration and long-term migration. So for a long period of time, any level can go to earn their livelihood, to have their better livelihood. Okay, so they can go. And in case of seasonal migration, you see, the labor can go during the time of season. Basically, what to say, during the cropping period. Okay, it may be the agricultural one. Okay, it may be the festival one. Okay, so during those times, so the laborers may move from one place to another place. So these all are the some of the points related to the types of migration trends. Okay, so now question is that why migration is taking place. So we all know that it is related to economy, it is related to social condition, it is related to environment and condition, it is related to legal condition. Okay, there are so many factors behind it, but only one factor is that, yeah, we want to have a safe life, we want to have a better livelihood. So this is the main motto, even though we can divide the factors into two before going to the challenges and the prospects of labor, because today's topic is very much related to challenges, right? So Dr. Shilby had advised me to talk on challenges and prospects. Okay, so but in order to know what are the challenges, in order to know what are the prospects, so we have to know the factors. What are the factors? So all these factors, be it economic factor, be it political factor, be it social factor or legal factor or environmental factor or demographic factor. Whatever the factors are put into two factors. That is the push factors and the pull factors. Okay. Since I'm a student of entrepreneurship and business economics, I'm looking it from these two angles. I'm not mentioning here any theories because the students can download so many theories on migration. Okay, many theories are related to political theories. So then psychological theories the student can download from any source. Okay, so because of that, I do not mention any theories of the what to say migration. Now, what are the push factors? Okay, so here push factors are related to those factors which force okay a particular person to move out. Okay, so for example, now here I'm mentioning five factors. Okay, so the first factor is related to high natural rate of population growth. Okay, so now you see in case of India and Indonesia, we have a very similar features. Indonesia is also highly populated country. Then India is also highly populated country. Okay, then India will surpass China. Okay, so the provisional estimate already highlighted that India had already surpassed China. Now, in case of Indonesia also, then we are mainly, agriculture-based economy. Okay, and both the countries are developing countries. Okay, and we have a very high rate of population growth. Though our government is trying to control the population, but it is not so successful. Okay, so because of this huge rate of population growth, though it is what to say dividend for us. Okay, it creates a problem in the job market. So India is considered as a young country, and we are saying that more than 55%, that is more than the majority. What I'm saying that the majority of the population belongs to youth. Okay, so we are thinking of that group in our country, how to use and how to make them a very capable human being. But the question is that our our youths are not higher skill. That's why in the job market it's very difficult to absorb. And when the world searches, when the developed countries search for the cheaper labor, so the destination is India. At the same time, amongst the youth also, we produce very high skill group and educated in IITs, in IIMs, and the universities. Like our universities, we produce very high skill also. But because of certain problems in our country, they used to go to the West because there they are given more. So this is because of I'm saying that it is a population growth. Our population is growing, so it puts them to go to a different country. Then inside in our country also, for example, in certain states, as I have already mentioned, province in certain countries, just like Bihar, for example, then huge population is there, but there is a lack of opportunities to work. That's why they used to go to the South India. They used to go to the North India, just like Delhi, and they used to come to our area, that is the northeastern part of India, because there is a huge potential, with rate is also higher than these Hindi belt states like Bihar, then Rajasthan, like that. So they used to come because of the population growth. Then second is that creating population pressure on the existing resource. All of us know that, my dear students, you are a student of economics, right? Resources are always scarce, right? We don't have that much resource where we can, give opportunity to everyone. So though we have to create certain resources, so resources are always limited. So because of this limitation of resources, because they do not have the opportunity to earn there, to stay there. So because of that, the laborers have to move from one place to another place. Okay. Now the exhaustion of the natural resources, as we know that in because of the development issues. Okay, though we want develop, we are shouting for develop, but because of the development or misutilization of resources, there is an exhaustion of natural resources. I would like to share this information with you, my dear student friends of Rawazawa University, that the entire northeastern region of India is very, very beautiful and having rich natural resources. But the problem is that the deforestation. For example, the Manipur state. You can search Manipur. Okay, in your case, this is a province. So in our case, we say state. It's a beautiful state. But now, the natural resources are, misutilized like anything. The what to say, trees, the forests of are destroyed like anything. Because of that, there is an imbalance. Okay, there is an imbalance in the weather. There is a huge climate change. It is again, it's a macro level, but it's a huge imbalance in the weather. So there is an exhaustion of the natural resources. And another example I would like to mention here is that there is a very beautiful province, we call state, called Meghalaya. Okay, so when you come to India, you are most welcome to our part. It is the northeastern region of India. There is a huge production of coal, but it's a misutilization. Now slowly it is exhausted. Okay, so those labor who have been working in those places have to move to a particular area in order to find out their jobs, or to say their employment. So this is also another example of the push factors. Another thing is that it's just like your Indonesia, just like in India also. We have a huge level of or high degree of natural calamities. In Assam, the place where I work nowadays, is a prone to flood every year. Okay, so villages are submerged. We have the longest river in the in India, that is called as Brahmaputra. It is next to Nile River. Okay, so huge flood. Though we have not seen drought in our life, okay, but in your case, this is an earthquake. Earthquake is very common to your country. So here, flood is very common in our country. So because of the earthquake, there will be disaster. There, because of the flood, there is disaster. So because of that, the laborers go to somewhere, and to other countries. For example, in case of Assam, where I stay, you see, the Assamese used to go to the southern India, basically Kerala. Kerala is the destination of Assamese laborers. I'm telling you, in order to, earn their livelihood, they work there, they contribute to the economy of Kerala government. Okay. Now the last one. Okay, there are so many, but the important one which I would like to mention as a push factor is the acute social and religious and political conflicts. Sometimes, because of the political conflict, because of the religious conflict, though it is a very, very controversial one. Okay, so let me keep aside the religious conflict one. Okay, and because of the social conflict, these two things, let me give emphasis. There's a social and the political conflicts. compelled, the laborers to go from one country to another countries. So, for example, I would like to mention the countries like this Myanmar. There is a military junta government, right? In many cases in Pakistan, there are military coups. Even in Afghanistan, also there are certain problems. Okay, because of that, those labor who are very, very positive in nature, who are very, very skilled in nature, they have to go to a certain country where there is very, very liberal, there is very, very democratic, where there is, there is a place where they can find comfort, I will say. I will use this term comfort. Okay. So because of that, the labor also migrate from one place to another place. Okay. Because of their safety, you see. And then now, as far as pull factors is concerned, right? Just attracted them. Okay. Just encourage them because of a certain issues, not the compulsion. Okay. So they think that the countries, another countries, provision is better than them. They will be able to give better livelihood to their family members, because if they go there, their children will get the benefit, their wives will get the benefit, their family member get the benefit. Okay, like that. So those factors we can consider as the what to say, pull factors. So we can say that there are two factors, that is a pull factor and the push factor. So all these push and the pull factors will be kept under these four factors, that is a social factor, economic factor, political factor, and the environment factor. So let me just mention something about the social factors. See, my dear friends, social factor comprises of both pull and push factors. Okay. So as far as push factors are concerned, you see that better welfare programs in a particular, pull factors are concerned. So better, what to say, welfare programs in that particular country. So for example, in Indonesia, if there is better welfare programs than India, then Indians will go to Indonesia. So for example, from India, there are so many migrant laborers to Thailand. Okay. Then into Russia. In Russia, they are having a very good, welfare program. So many Indians go to Russia. Okay. Then better schools for children. As I have already told you, why so many Indian laborers attempt to go to the United States of America or the United or the other European countries, because they think that there are better schools, there are better universities, there are better institutions for their children years. Okay. Then infrastructure and the strong social network. It is also another point. Though we belong to a country which is known as a developing country, the Western countries are better than us in case of infrastructural development is concerned. So in that way, so the laborers also think that, yeah, we have to go there. Then another pull factor is also presence of friends. Okay. So for a long period of time, you see, we know that India was under the British. So many people are in the United Kingdom. So many relatives, so many friends. I'm just giving the example. Okay. So they think that, yeah, my friends are there, so why not I go? So they used to go because they're related, their friends are here. So many laborers used to go to the United Kingdom. So this is the best example, not only for India but also for Nepal. You see, if you go the labor transition, labor movement of Nepal, you will find so many Nepalese go to the United Kingdom and they settle here. Okay. The next is that relatives who have already moved, that I have already mentioned. So these are the pull factors which are related to social factors. As far as push factor is concerned, as I have mentioned in my previous slide, that is a cultural discord. Some products cannot be produced in a particular area, which this is very, very profitable in nature because of the cultural norms. But that type of products can be produced in a particular area and they can earn huge profits, right? So in those areas, they used to move. Though it is unethical to say that in this liberalized economy, everything is sold. Okay, so everything is sold, but in certain countries, this is very, very unethical. Even in our country, those type of activities are very, very unethical. In some other parts, selling everything is very ethical also. That's why in order to earn anything, in any form, okay, they sell everything. So because of that, they used to move. I think our students of Brawiswa, they will understand what I am saying, that in liberalized economy, everything can be sold. But it is restricted in different countries, like your country, like my country, because this type of activities are very, very unethical in nature. Though in case of liberalization, everything can be sold. Okay, now next is the restriction on a certain type of works. For example, here again, producing a certain type of products. Okay, it is related to the entrepreneurship development. Okay, in some countries, certain factories related to production of certain medicine is very, very ethical as well as lawful. But in certain countries, it is very, very unethical and it is not lawful. It is unlawful. But it has a potential of giving more employment or working, there is a potential of earning huge income. So because of that, those laborers also migrate from one country to another country. So whatever, okay, we say, so the main objective or main mission behind the labor migration is that we want to live little more than to make better lives. Okay, so next slide please. Okay, it is related to economic factors. I hope the students of the Department of Brahisia University and Dr. Shilby will be very, very happy because it is very much related to economics. Okay, so it is purely, and the first one was related to social, but economics cannot be away from the social issues. Okay, because this is the foundation. This is the main point. Okay, this is the main area where problems are created. So this is the economic factors. Here also, in case of economic factors, we have pull and push factors. Okay, so in the pull factors, as I mentioned in case of pull factor and push factors in the previous slide, as far as economic factors is concerned, that better economic opportunities, right? Okay, as far as the burden in the our agricultural land is concerned. Now I would like to mention one example. I do not know about Indonesia, whether the Indonesian laborers are moving to Canada or not. So Dr. Shilby will clarify those issues. Okay, but in our country, I know. Okay, so Canada is a country where you will find a number of Indians working in the farmlands. Okay, it is the most demanded destination of Indians as far as the cultivation is concerned. Okay, so they have the vast land. Okay, but in India there is a scarcity. So the Indians go there as a labor. Apart from it, there are so many things, but I'm just giving the example. Okay, but as far as Indonesia, whether those type of labor go to Canada or not, that I do not know. Okay, so then there you see in Canada, they have the cheaper farmland and they start their own activities. Okay, this is from the Indian point I'm telling you. Then immediately, okay, they create wealth there itself. Not only in Canada. Now, I'm giving the example of, again, the United States of America. The corporates, there's a highly paid labor now. The ways which is given in our country is quite high, quite lesser than the wage given to the United States of America. But luckily now, you see, in terms of salary, yes, the government had started giving a handsome, I will say, salary to the teaching community, basically in the higher education. It was not there. That's why you will see the graduates from IIM, the graduates from IITs, and the graduates from a very, very good universities, I will say very beautiful universities of our country used to go to the States and the other developed countries and work here, and they create wealth here, and they don't return also. Okay, but nowadays they are going to return. That I will cover that issue later on. So instant wealth creation is there. In order to avoid the tax issues, also they used to go. Now the more job opportunities. Okay, is am I audible? Am I audible, madam?
Sorry, Prof.
Am I audible?
Sorry, your voice is not clear enough.
Am I audible? Means that whatever I'm speaking.
Yes, yeah, yes.
Okay, can you listen it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you,
Yes, sir.
because there is internet instability. Okay,
No,
it is shown here.
it is clear, but sometimes is not connected, but it's clear still.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so then higher pay. Okay, so this is also another reason. Then from the relatives it is said that you come, we can pay, you come, like that. So then I'm coming to the push factors of related to economic factors is I have already mentioned about the problems in the starting of new business, lack of employment, lack of entrepreneurial opportunities in the home country, and the lack of resources. Okay, so we are in our country, we are trying to change our entrepreneurial ecosystem. Okay, we have a number of entrepreneurs who have established in different parts of the world. You see, even the better half of the Honorable Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, she is an established entrepreneur, but you see, she's in the United Kingdom because the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the United Kingdom is different from India. Okay, I'm not saying that Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem is not good. I'm not saying we are trying to create a better entrepreneurial ecosystem. Okay, in the last few years, but our people think that in the West, the entrepreneurial ecosystem is better than our country. That's why they are moving there, and when they move there, they become a successful and the top entrepreneurs of this world. So next, please. This is all about economic factors. So next is about the political factors. Okay, though since I am not a student of political science, so only I will mention few things. Okay, here that is all about the political condition, very very oppressive condition, as I have already mentioned about the condition in some countries, like military junta and the lack of democratic movement in some countries of the world. Because of that, the migrants also move from one country to another country, right? And the warfare situations that we know that now there is a war between Russia and the Ukraine. So how the labor will be staying there, how they will earn their livelihood. So automatically, as a human being, they have to move to another country to work. Okay, and we all know that the history had already proved that because of such type of political compulsions, the laborers used to move. Okay, so when India was under the British rule, when China was under Japan. Okay, so many laborers used to move. In case of our country too, so many laborers were taken place. That will say the forced labor, I will say. And the blacks were taken to the states. That were the forced labor. Still, it is taking place. In case of the child labor, you will find child labor is not also not resolved. Okay, so because of the lack of political will, such type of situation is also happening in the form of trafficking. We say trafficking, but it is a form of forced labor, taking them, right? Then because of this religious freedom, right? Okay, and the political freedom in the workplace. Okay, in some of the countries, in the factories or in the industries, okay, whole industry. Okay, so there is no room for labor movement. There is no room for labor's democratic rights. So the laborers used to leave it, and they have to go to a particular area where they can get more freedom, right? Now coming to that environmental factor that I have already mentioned here, but as far as natural disaster, I will not mention, but we have sometimes a man-made disasters. Okay, I would like to give the best example in our country, that is the Bhopal gas tragedy. Okay, this is a place in the middle part of the country where that gas tragedy was happened. Thousands of people lost their life, and still there is a problem of working there. That's why the people who are from that area used to go to different place for for searching of their livelihood as a labor. So this all about the reasons of labor migration. Okay, so please next slide. Okay, now uh, I would like to just give a few information regarding the labor migration. Uh, International Labor Organization issued or has been issuing informations in several occasions. So all the students, and Dr. Sylvie is also there. So all the students can visit the websites of international labor organizations, and you can download. And sometimes also United Nations also issues informations. Okay, from there you can download more benefit. Just like to mention only these parts, that the labor migration is a global phenomenon. It is not the problem of Indonesia, is not the problem of India, or it's not the problem of Japan. From Japan to Russia, Russia to Japan, India to Korea, or India to United States of America, Indonesia to United States of America. It's a very, very, global phenomenon. Okay. So we cannot resolve the issue separately. If we want to resolve the labor migration issue, then in a platform, all the countries used to come together, and all the academicians used to come together, and we have to work together. Okay. So friends, you see, the top migrant destination in the world is found to be the United States of America. This is not my data. This is a data released by the International Labor Organization. And you see, the second and the third, okay, most demanded, I will say, the most demanded country for the labor is found to be Germany and the Russian Federation. And the fourth one is the Saudi Arabia. Okay, so the other countries, I'm just using the top 10. So that is the United Kingdom, then United Arab Emirates, UAE, okay, then Canada, France, Australia, and Spain. Not a single country in our Southeast Asia, okay, is found to be in the list of the highest demanded labor destination. Instead, we are going there. Okay, labor drain, I will say, brain drain, economic drain, okay, every drain, okay, to these countries. It is a matter of big concern. This is my humble request to all my dear students of Brawizawa that you can also work in your respective areas. In Indonesia also, this is it is not like that if you go to the West, you will become a Nobel laureate. Okay, you have a very good institution, just like the University of Brawizawa, and after having the graduation, just like Dr. Sylvie, you can work in Indonesia. It's safe. I'm not demoralizing or I'm not discouraging you to go to the West. What I am saying is that time has come to contribute for the development of your respective areas. Okay, I also have decided to stay back in our country, and especially in the northeastern region of India. Okay, so many do not know that northeastern India is a very, very beautiful place. I welcome you all. When you come to the northeastern part of India, you will find that it is not India. Okay, it's totally different from the mainland India that Dr. CB had seen. Okay, it is totally different. Even my face structure, you see, it's look like you. Okay, it's totally, Mongolian face. Okay, you will find such type of faces here. Okay, in the entire northeastern region, and it's very much similar to your Malang also, though we are not having Osin. Okay, but hills just like your Pandaba. Okay, we have so many hills here also. Found mountains. Okay, beautiful green mountain. So friends, so in India, in our case, just before COVID-19, we conducted one survey. Okay, the government of India conducted one survey, and we found that our all India migration rate is 28.8%. So for your kind information, yes, I'm sharing this data for you also, rural, urban, then foreign migration. All these things I will share in the form of Word file for your future reference. Okay. Now, another interesting issue is that labor migration in the post-COVID. So it's a very, very interesting area. You can go for research, and very beautiful studies you can conduct, and you can publish in the Scopus listed journals and the Web of Science journals, since you are a student of economics, okay, and business. Okay. So now the question is, and the issue is the reverse migration. In the post-COVID, migrated to the West for their livelihood, right? Now in the post-COVID, sorry, in the pre-COVID, they went there, all these levels, okay? Highly paid labor, low paid labor. Okay. Now there is a reverse trend. We call it reverse economy also. A student of economics will know that there is a reverse economy. Now, okay. And immediately after 2019, which is a COVID-19, okay, those who had gone to those developed countries started requesting the government, their respective governments, like Indonesian government, Indian government, Pakistani government, or this Bangladeshi government, to bring them, right? Their visas that were expired or going to be expired, and their jobs were finished, means that they became unemployed. The companies started shutting down. There was no space to accommodate them. So what to be done? And most of these laborers are also high skilled laborers. Okay, not only the low skilled labor, they are high skilled laborers. Still, it is going on. Nowadays, I think if you read any paper related to business and economics, the front page will be laying out of the employees for the big companies. Okay, laying out every headline you will find. So they are. It may be Microsoft. It may be Google. It may be any other companies. You see. Then where will they stay? They have to come to their respective countries. I do not know about Indonesia, how many of those skilled labor had returned after the laying out of this, Microsoft or Google. I do not know. But in our case, we are trying to find out their data. Okay, so it will be coming out very soon. So now because the fear of a worsening situation, they thought of a different situation that they would no longer be able to stay here. So this migrant, this is another migration, labor migration. What this is called as a reverse migration. Okay, and you see, as I have already mentioned, I'm not developing this, the data by myself. The data is by the International Labour Organization. Okay. Then you see 47% of the total world's returnees left job because they choose to, and 24% had a contract that was due to end. Okay. And at the same time, another information which is given by ILO. This is in the post-COVID. You see this release that 16% had employers who permanently or temporarily ended their contracts prematurely. Out of them, very interesting information is that half of the total migrant workers or labor are men, and you see 42% of the women migrant workers reported having lost their jobs due to the COVID. Okay, so this all about the information in the post-COVID era. So in our country also, there is a huge problem. They had returned to the country. Yeah, next slide, please. They had returned to India. Then what to be done? What to be done? Yeah. So next slide, please. Yeah. So I'm coming to the very, very important area that what our Dr. Shilby had advised me to do, that is about the challenges. Okay. As I have already mentioned, political issues, then economic issues, social issues, okay, legal issues, right? Okay. So I mentioned from those points. Okay. So as a cultural problem. So it is a salience. What is the salience of labor migration? Okay, it's a salience to the national identity they value. Suppose a huge number of labor is migrated from India to Indonesia, for example. Indonesia has a different cultural value. Automatically, if the huge portion of labor is migrated to Indonesia, they will go with the Indian value and it will disturb the total value of what Indonesia. It's happened. This is the best example in India. Okay. So what happened during the time of 1971? I'm just giving you the example. There was Bangladesh war. Today's Bangladesh was known as the East Pakistan at that point of time in 1971-72, that war. Then because of the war, this East Pakistan wanted to be a liberated country from the West Pakistan, it's today's Pakistan. Okay, so later on East Pakistan becomes Bangladesh. So because of that war, what happened? Millions of people migrated to India. This is not only about the labor migration. I am saying in a different. Then they settle in Assam, where I stay right now. In Assam and Bengal, basically huge number of people settle in Assam and Tripura. This is another province. Okay, in our case, we say state. Now, this is a threat. It becomes a threat to the Assamese culture. It becomes a threat to the Tripuri culture. Okay. Later on, there was a huge andolan. I will say huge movement. It's a terrifying movement. You cannot imagine. Huge movement. Okay. In the name of identity, the human beings were killed because the natives thought that their cultural values will be attacked by these migrant people. It's a very, very anti-human situation at that point of time. But somehow now it is under control. Everyone is settled. But even though it becomes a political issue, So the social fabric has been changed, the cultural, problem is there because these two communities have different cultures. So that is the selling. So what I'm saying here is that if a huge number of labor comes to another country, okay, it's a huge challenge to the national identity value. Okay, so you will find in Bali, this is a different identity there. You will find though you are in Indonesia. Then it's a huge challenge to the domestic workers from a competitive pressure of the migrants. That when the laborers come to, okay, migrant laborers come to your country, for example, or to my country, we can hire them at the cheaper rate, okay? We can employ them at a cheaper rate. It is doing in the United States of America. If they employ their people, okay, the Americans people are employed, they have to pay huge ways. That's why when they use our people from Asia, they pay at the lesser amount. That's why they prefer our people, our Asian people, because they are paying, lesser ways. Okay, so it is a huge challenge, I will say, to the domestic laborers because they will become unemployed. It is happening. That's why the the main issue during the time of election in the United States of America, we all know it. Okay, what is the propaganda in the United States of America and in other parts of the Western countries? So then, as I mentioned about the COVID-19, you see, it's a burden to the home country during the time of crisis. If the situation goes well, okay, no issue. They will stay there, they will work there. But when the crisis comes, it not only create havoc, okay, it not only creates a loss to the home country, but also to the entire society. Okay, for example, you see, during the time of COVID-19, how much expenditure, okay, from the side of the India government can you imagine? Till November 2020, over 3 million Indian nationals returned and they were brought from different countries. Okay, and this money is from the taxpayers' money. And now, after the COVID-19, okay, everywhere the tax has been increased. Okay, for our consumption, for going to the road. Okay, the government is trying to earn more and more revenue in the form of collection of, tax. You see, it's a burden now. Okay. Then challenge to reallocation and of returned migrant labor. I would like to share this information to the house, to all the students as well as to the faculty members of the Department of Economics or Faculty of Economics and Business, University of Rawalpindi. Some areas, just like the northeastern countries and some provinces, are very much prone to insurgency movement and the armed movements. When the youths, when these very fragile, very innovative people become unemployed and no space to work, what happened? They take up a different type of entrepreneurial venture, which is known as the destructive entrepreneurship. Right. So destructive entrepreneurial ventures are taken place by those very innovative people when they do not have the scope. Okay. At the same time, this region, just like the northeastern region, which is very complex in nature and very near to the Golden Triangle. Okay, we all know that what is the Golden Triangle? There is the drug mafia, arm mafia. Basically, Golden Triangle, this is related to the drug mafias. Okay, so they are prone to do, they are prone to take up such type of activities. Okay, so it's a huge challenge how to reallocate them, how long the government will pay the unemployment, stipend, okay, for to live. How long? So that's why uh, uh, I think in the future, it will be a social chaos, okay, from economic problem, economic chaos to social chaos. Then salience to local cultural norms again. The first one is different. This one is different. For a long period of time, they went and they stay in a different country. They were accustomed with the culture of that country. Okay, when they return again, they bring those values, and then there is a contradiction. Okay, with the culture which is there in the home country, there is a huge contradiction. Yes, we believe that contradiction, where there is contradiction, there is development. But sometimes there is a negative contradiction. They cannot adopt when they return from that area. And they always used to say that, yeah, we were like that, okay, like that. Okay, so this is a salience to the local cultural norms. And the last one, the potential health issues. Okay, this is very, very, challenging one. You see, migration is migration, right? Migrate, migrated laborers or migrant laborers, I will compare it just like what to say, the migrant birds, right? You see, in most of the time in Indonesia also there are so many migratory birds, right? Migratory birds come from one place to another place. From sub-Saharan countries, they will come here, sub-Indian countries, they will go to somewhere, okay, and they will bring all the diseases, okay. So now in the month of December or January, there will be a big issue in our country. This is called as the bird flu. And this is brought by the migrant birds. Like that, the migrant laborers also, bring different type of, diseases, I will say. So this is to be considered as a huge challenge. We have to look into as a student of economics, as a student of political science, and as a student of social science. So here I'm just sharing you the outflow of workers from the selected ASEAN countries. It is from 2009 to 2019. So including India, okay, and including your country, Indonesia, okay. Here from Philippines to Myanmar, just I have downloaded it, and I'm just sharing it with you, okay. So every year, you will find it, okay. In case of Sri Lanka, yes, it is in the reducing trend, okay. In case of Nepal, we find it, okay, in case of Bangladesh. But you see, in case of Indonesia, the figure is decreasing, but we have to look it, okay. We have to relook it. It is the official data, maybe in the unofficial data, many more migrant laborers may be there. So these are the things that I wish to share with you. Okay, so thank you very much. And these are some potential areas. Okay. Oh, challenges finished. These are the potential areas. Okay, since challenges and potential. So I have mentioned about the challenges. Though these challenges are overcome, if the challenges are overcome, then this year, right? Labor market one, public purse one, and economic growth one. And I refer it the works of OECD. So whatever be, okay, it can contribute to the economic development of any nation, because when the skilled labor comes, automatically the productivity level will be increased, right? There will be a competition. When there is a competition, means a healthy competition, automatically there will be a technological progress, right? Okay, so though there are many challenges, there are also potential also. So what I would like to say here before winding up today's deliberation is that we cannot close our window all the time. We have to open our window, but we need precautionary measures also. We need protection also. So this is a message for today's deliberation. So over to organizing committee. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is all from my side. Dr. Shilby. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Prof.
Uh,
Thank you for the very good presentation. It's about the prospect and challenge. And actually, also in Indonesia, we have a lot of migration of labor, and but especially they come to Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, and also from the village to the city. So like in Malang, it is a small city, but we have a lot of worker from the villagers, and it makes our small cities like a jump. And also, yeah,
yeah.
it's not good enough. And like as the citizen in a city, we feel like the migrant from the villager is somehow they disturb our life in here. But this is the challenge actually for the government. Well, the audiences, anyone want to ask any question or deliver something insight or feedback? Go on, please. Balkis Safitri.
I think I make it very, very simple and very clear, I think. I
Yes,
hope they might have enjoyed. Okay.
it is very clear, actually, Professor. We have one question from Ripka Samudra. Due to limited labor for development, amidst the problem of lack of labor opportunities, how can you, as a student, overcome this possible problem? Maybe how can we, as the student, to overcome this possible problem? Prof?
Yeah. Here the question is that due to limited labor for development. Okay. I would like to refer one thing here. Okay. We did a study. We are producing a number of graduates every year, but we are not producing the high skill and innovative graduates, which is demanded by the market. Question is all about innovation. Question is all about creativity. And I will tell you, if we are creative enough, if we are innovative enough, the world is ours. So there will be no question of scarcity of employment. What I am saying is that the world has given us enough, but for the greedy people, the world is not enough, right? We have oceans, we have mountains, we have a number of natural resources, though it is limited. But the question is that how to use it creatively. As I have already mentioned, in the liberalized world, everything is sold. Everyone is a buyer now. If you can draw a very beautiful picture also, it is sold. Though you may not understand what is there also. Okay. So the answer is that we should be creative, we should be innovative. Instead of following the very, very traditional norm of by heart, right? We used to have this by heart during the time of examination, and we used to write. No, don't do that. Computer is there, artificial intelligence is there. Okay, artificial intelligence can have more memory than us nowadays. But our creativity and our innovation cannot be defeated by the artificial intelligence. So I would like to request all the faculty members of Brawijaya University also try to produce more and the more skilled, try to produce more and the more innovative, try to produce more and the more creative, okay, products. Our students are our products, okay, so that they can capture this world. In that way we can overcome this problem.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. We have a next questions from Johannes. The question is, what are the main challenges faced by migrant workers in the current context of labor migration?
This is the insecurity, I will say, number one. Number two, cultural problem, okay. Number three, there is the imbalance, okay, in the wage rate, okay. Number four, that is the discrimination. Discrimination is very high. If we go in that study, you will find how our laborers in the West are discriminated in the name of race, in the name of religion, or everything. Okay, but they feel that, yeah, I have to work, I have to earn. That's why they stay there, because there's no alternative. They think that, but I will say there is always alternative. So very weak legal policies.
Yeah, so insecurity is the key point of the challenge, yeah, Prof. Well, the next questions is come from Balkis. What can be done to protect migrant workers and host communities? And what about the current reality? Are there still agencies that employ underage workers?
Okay. What can the governments do so that the migrant labor can be carried out, right, evenly in the region, right? What is the question? This is a question, right?
Yes. How to protect migrant workers in the destination countries or destination city?
Yeah. What I am trying to say here is that from two angles, I will say both the home countries as well as host countries should have a clear policy on the migrant laborers. We should have a strong database. We should have a proper health policies, as well as return policy. I will say when they return, what will be done? Okay, very clear cut policy, and these policies are to be implemented in the true sense and in the good sense. Okay, if it is so, then the problems whenever comes, okay, whenever the problem comes, okay, then will be resolved very easily.
Yeah. Prof, we have three other questions. Is from Dafa and also Angelina and Zaki. But I think the questions is same, is about on how the policy and also the government protect the migrant worker welfare.
Just now I had mentioned here, this is how, okay, the question is that, say for example, in our country, yeah, I'm giving you this one. We have labor laws, okay, and we have labor welfare laws, okay. So for example, if any problem happens, in any family members suffer any problem, suppose demise, after the demise of migrant labor, for example, okay, so certain benefits are there. I'm giving again another example. India has started issuing one card for each and every migrant laborers. Okay, this is a social welfare measures. So wherever they go, okay, it is inside India. I'm not telling about the outside India, because there is interstate, migrants also, right? Okay, within the country there is migrant also, migrant labor. So any migrant labor can use that card and get the social welfare measures in a particular province. Okay, though we are having different provinces. Like that, if in the international level, I'm coming, you see, we have different associations. ASEAN is also a platform. Okay, G20 is another platform. BRICS is also another platform. So in this platform, if the government of those member, government, what I'm saying there, the member countries of those platforms discuss each other and protect the what to say, migrant laborers, okay, in the form of developing a certain policies, then to some extent, the problem can be resolved.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Prof. So actually, but in my point of view, actually, not only the government that has the what responsibility to protect the labor or the migrant labor, but also the society itself. Like in Indonesia, we have a lot of social organization that they are focusing on how the improving the people welfare by the training, and also like entrepreneurship, and to improve the skill. So
yeah, it is also, yeah,
like students here that you have any skill and then you want to empower the migrant labor, so you can join the social organization, so it will be more useful for the small city like in Malang city, because somehow, Prof, our government in Indonesia, they care about our migrant labor, but because we have abandoned migrant labor, so yeah, is sometimes the inequality happen. So like Malaysia,
inequality,
we have many black migrant worker, and they don't have any good education, any financial access, and so it affect to our economic development inside Indonesia. Yeah, that's
exactly, yes.
I think in India also happened that
Same, yes, yeah, same line in there.
So this is like the problem, but in other hand, we have like they give us the positive impact. Okay, so another question is come from Ranga. How can civil society support better social and economic integration of migrant worker? We just talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah. We had just now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you have a new insight, Prof.
Yeah, that was I had said. Okay. We had just discussed it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Ranga, we just mentioned it that on how the civil society can contribute to the migrant worker is by joining or improving social organization, so you can help the migrant labor to improve their skill, and also as we have a program, Prof, in next year, we would like to come to Malaysia and come to our migrant worker there, and we're going to have plan to have like education training for the child of the migrant worker, because they don't have any school, and also we will like making socialization on how using the banks, and on yes, access the financial, because they don't have any bank accounts.
Okay.
Malaysia, so they cannot receive any the freedom of the financial, because they only hold the money in the cash, and the digital literacy, like also financial literacy, it's very low. So so I think it could be answer the question from the Ranga. So Ranga.
And another input from experience from our country. Okay. You see, you will find a policy of our country, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhana Yojana. I repeat, Pradhan Mantri Jana Dhana Yojana.
Hmm.
It's a generous report. What you see? Okay, highest you see number of what to say rural population got the access to finance.
Hmm.
It's a step of financial inclusion till 2014 2014. Majority of the Indian people were financially excluded.
Hmm.
Today almost 90 percent of the, I will say the 99% of the households are financially included, including the migrant workers.
Hmm.
Okay, so these type of schemes can be developed by the government because it is to be at any cost.
Yeah.
Because access to finance is very, very important because there will be direct benefit transfer from any organization, and that they can access the loans and the advances whenever they need. Okay, and for any labor welfare measures schemes should be linked with their accounts. So they have to be financially included.
Yeah.
Whenever we open an account with the bank, earlier we were asked to give collateral, right? We have to keep certain deposit. Okay, otherwise we were not able to open account. But in the name of this Pradhan Mantri Jana Dhana Yojana, it was compulsory to take initiative by the banks, okay, financial institutions to go house to house and
Hmm.
make the households open the bank accounts with zero balance.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It
Okay.
is fantastic, actually.
This is really revolutionary step in our country. Okay.
Yeah, to improve financial inclusion, right? So yeah, it is very fantastic. So your government
Yes.
really care to the the middle society.
And low, middle
Yeah,
and low
oh,
income group.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Good. Very great. My respect to your ministry, Prof. Yes, because that program is very very detailed. So
Yeah,
improve the equality of financial inclusion. So maybe our government can imitate that program.
exactly. I will share the link to you so that you can go through it. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
revolutionary step.
yeah. Sure. Thank you so much.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, the last question. The
Yeah,
last
so many questions. You see, your students are very good.
our students is very highly motivation actually, Prof. If yes, they love to have discussion, even
Oh,
it's
so nice. Yeah, I will love to come to your university. When I come to Thailand, I will fly to your place. Okay.
we will invite you inshallah next year. So you can see our very great students. They are very active
Yes.
because Prof, our student right now they are come from many cities. It's not only
Mm-hmm.
Malang but from around Indonesia. So
Yeah, yeah.
they bring like a new culture. They bring a new insight from our university. Well, the last one is come from Brice. Why is so difficult to spell your name? Brice Kelkon Genio.
Briscon Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Briscon Leo. Yeah, I pronounce it better, I think. Briscon Leo. Yeah.
I can better to pronounce it.
Briselcon, ma'am. Briselcon.
Yeah. Briscon. Yeah.
So,
Briselcon. My name is
Okay.
Briselcon Genio. I'm from
Oh,
France.
please,
wow,
Jute
great.
Minamong.
please open
Yeah.
your camera and deliver your question directly. Leo, hey,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
open your cam, then you can deliver your question directly. This handsome. Okay, go.
Yo, hi. Hi, Leo. Yeah, welcome
Halo.
to India.
Halo,
Yeah,
ma'am.
welcome to India.
Kanu.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm so good. How are you doing, dear, in Malang?
I'm study in at university.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Acha. So your question is that
I'm sorry, ma'am.
what?
I cannot
Yeah.
hear really.
Yeah, I'm just reading out your question that what economic benefits can be gained from remittances sent by migrant workers to their families in their countries of origin. It's a very, very beautiful and a very, very related question to our country. Okay, I will refer to our country.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
India.
ma'am. I really
Okay.
appreciate.
So in India, you will find a province, okay? In your case, I'm telling province. That's why again and again I'm saying province. In our case, we call it state. Kerala, I hope you might have heard this name, Kerala. Okay. Kerala is a state, okay? And this state has huge number of, or I will say the highest number of migrant laborers who went to other countries. Okay, this is a country, this is a state which gives or which contributes highest number of foreign earnings to our country. The per capita income, okay, per capita family income of this state is quite higher than the other states. The literacy rate of this state is almost 100%. So what I am trying to say is that, they sent huge amount to their respective families, and their families are enjoying from that. In the overall situation, what happened? They are contributing to our country's economic development. Okay, so I am not saying that migrant labor is bad. I am telling the, I'm not only saying the dark side of migrant labor. It is also good, very, very good. Okay, because of that, our country is moving, I will say.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
I really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. I like
Love
your
you.
question, ma'am.
Love you. Yeah.
Love you more. I love you so much.
Yeah.
Love you, India. Let's go makan.
Love you, everyone. Love you, everyone. Okay. You should say love you, everyone. Otherwise, so the Indonesians will
Love
hate
you,
you.
everyone, guys. All of you guys. I love you,
Yes.
everyone.
Yeah. Dr. Sylvie, please unmute.
Yeah, our student is very lovely, and yeah, they love doing like this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Prof. IBMK. So this is the end of our session.
Thank you.
I can invite you again in our next agenda, but I wish you can come directly to see us here, and we can make something fun here together. And well, maybe Pak Dandi, you want to take a documentation?
Yes, please. Maybe our operator can give the comment.
So please, students, to open your camera.
For the student to be on cam.
Yeah, show your beautiful and handsome face. Yeah.
Show the face.
Give the
And, before that, I would like to appreciate something about our Dr. Sylvie. See, Dr. Sylvie becomes so mature. When I met you before 12 years, you were very small. And at that point of time, I knew that, you will be something different. Okay, and you have a very long way to grow. I wish you all the very best also in the coming days. Okay, and not only you, I love all those members with whom I had said, okay, I still remember my beautiful moments in Brawizawa. Saraswati Madam was there, Devento Sir was there. Whether Devento Sir is there or not right now, I do not know. If he is there, please convey my message to him. Still, I remember that one, or Professor Devento. Devanto. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Please convey my thanks and regards to him. And some others were there. I can't recall at this moment. Saraswati Madam was there. She was very lovely, though she was not from Malang, not from your institution, but she was from Malang. She took me to the she took me to the this one self-help groups of Malang. Okay. Then one madam was there. She was the caretaker of manager of Brawizoa Youth Hostel. Okay, at that point of time. Yeah, one ma'am was there, so beautiful, so lovely. Okay, so so please convey all my respect and love to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Prof. Yes. All those happen because you're praying, and so of course because of your support, so we can grow together. Yes. Well, Pak Dandi, the camera is.
The documentation, please help Mr. Rafiq. Please give the comment.
Yeah, please. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Done. Well done, Pak Dandi.
One more. From the operator said one more time.
Yeah. Bisa dikali ya.
Okay, it's all done. Thank you very much, Prof. Ivancha, for the insightful presentation. I hope that your knowledge will give a tremendous input to our students. And thank you also to Miss Dr. Sylvie for the fabulous moderating for this morning session. I, as the head committee for this 3-in-1 session, say thank you to all participants also, that we may continue to collaborate in the future, especially with Prof. Yunca and Ms. Dr. Sylvie. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, everyone.
And
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
have a very, very
everyone.
have a very, very beautiful day to all of you. Dandisar also, Leo also. Okay, you are so handsome. See you.
You
Yeah,
too,
and
Miss
yeah,
Kano.
and I hope. Yeah, I hope I will get this clip from Dr. Sylvie. Kindly share.